Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at the 2025 Honda Pilot Touring in platinum white pearl with the gray interior. Above the Touring you do have the Elite and the new for 2025 Black Edition. Below the Touring you have Trail Sport, EXL, Sport, and LX has been discontinued, so the Sport is the new base model. So there have been some changes for 25. Also for the EXL, there's no longer a 7-passenger. All EXLs will be EXL will be 8-passenger only. Starting off on the Touring, let's take a look at the platinum white pearl. Beautiful color. Look how it looks in the sun. You see how the pearl is shimmer. Full LED headlamps, so you have high beam, low beam, turn signals, daytime running lights. Touring also will give you LED fog lights. You do have a bumper curtain here with some chrome piece going above it. Flat black down below, flat black on the lower portion of the bumper. There is some silver to kind of break up some of the flat black. Grille will be gloss black, and you can see you have a huge Honda emblem that also houses your radar for your Honda sensing. Above the grille, you have this chrome piece cutting through the headlights as well. The Pilot has been redesigned recently, and this design has been a hit. People will love this compared to the curvier design of the previous generation. So you can see it's a big difference going from this guy to this guy. Coming along on the side profile here, you can see the flat black kind of cuts around, go above the wheel. It's not too much on the wheel arch, some on the lower portion of the door, but your rocker panel goes all the way around the Pilot. You do have your body colored side mirrors, and below it is flat black LED turn signals integrated on the Touring. You do have the newer Honda sensing camera, so it's wider and it could detect a lot more better. It's a little bit less aggressive from the previous generation. Coming along to the wheels, these are 225 50 20 tires. You do get 20s on the Touring. This one has black lug nuts. We also have a protection package on this Touring, so you have the wheel locks on there, splash guards behind each tire, and a cargo tray in the trunk when we get to it. Roof rails up above are gloss black, and that is standard on the Touring. Looking around the windows, you can see you have chrome on the belt line here, but above the windows is flat black. The pillars is flat black as well. So some chrome, but not too much chrome. On the lower portion of the door, you do have the silver part, kind of like in the front bumper, to help break up some of that flat black you do have down below. Coming along to the rear, also been redesigned when they refreshed the Pilot, and they went for a more rounder kind of look, kind of like the previous generation, but not too round. The front got a little bit more box here. The rear is slightly round. So up above, you do have a antenna, shark fin style antenna that's body colored. Rear spoiler is half gloss black, half body colored. You do have a LED third brake light up there, look like it's clear. Exposed windshield wiper, and the Touring will give you the hands-free tailgate feature where you kick underneath the bumper, it'll open and close for you. Honda emblem in chrome, you can get that blacked out if you wanted to. Pilot is boldly spelled out on the rear, that's on every Pilot. And you do, I believe, get a combination tail light. So I think the brake lights are LED, but your turn signals and reverse lights are traditional bulbs. Your license plate bulb, I believe this is LED. Yeah, it is LED. I don't know if you guys can see that in the daytime. Also on the rear backup camera, you probably noticed there's a little washer that'll help clean the backup camera. On the Touring, you don't get the Trail Watch camera. It's only on the Elite, the Black Edition, and the Trail Sport, which will give you a full 360 around. You also get a front camera where you get the washer for the front camera as well. But if you have any other model, you have the rear camera with the washer in the rear. Down below, you do have some flat black on the bumper, and you do have some sensors also integrated into the bumper. More of that silver piece to help break up some of the flat black. And you do have these rectangular exhaust tips, but they are not real, because if you look underneath, the exhaust tip actually come out under there that way. You can see you do get a spare tire, and it is a donut. If you want a full-size spare tire standard, then you have to go up and get the Trail Sport. Before we jump into the interior, I want to show you guys, this is a 2025 Pilot all-wheel drive Touring. I had someone in the comments try to argue with me saying how the 25s are not out yet. I'm like, yes, they are. But anyways, here's the new Honda key. Honda's been using all of their models now. I think the Odyssey and Ridgeline Passport are the only ones that don't get the new key yet. But you have lock, unlock, you have remote start built-in on the fob, power tailgate, panic button, and then you do have a built-in key inside for emergency. So you hit this button right here and pull it out. And the reason why there's a number 2 on the back of the key, because you have memory seating, and the other keys will have number 1. You can save your seat position per key, which is a cool feature. So now that you have these keys, you also have smart entry. You can walk up to the door handle. There's these little lines right here. You tap them, and it will lock the whole vehicle. And to unlock, you put your hand in the door handle, it unlock for you. What's cool with the Touring is that you're able to use that same feature on the rear doors too. So if you have kids and they're like rushing to get into the car before you and they pull in the door handle, at least you can unlock it. As long as you're nearby, they can put their hand in there, unlock it, and get into the vehicle before you get into your driver. And by default, these rear doors and the passenger door, if you put your hand in there first, before the driver door, it will unlock all 4 doors. Right now, if you put your hand in the driver door, it'll only unlock the driver door only, so the boogeyman don't jump in with you. Before we get in there too, forgot to mention blind spot monitoring. It's on the outside mirrors now. The previous Pilot had the blind spot monitoring on the inside, so Honda did switch it up with that. And also, this doesn't have the power folding mirrors when you lock it, so you probably noticed it doesn't do anything. I think that's only for Black Edition, Elite, and Trail Sport, if I'm not mistaken. So the Touring and the Trail Sport are interesting trim levels because they kind of branch away from each other, but I'll show you guys that in the trim walk. Let me show off this gray interior. So let's start off with the door card here. So you can see up top, I believe it's soft touch, let's see. So slightly soft touch up top, soft touch here, soft touch where you rest your elbow. You do have auto up down for your windows. So front and back is auto up down, power locks, power mirrors. You have your 2-position memory here. So it's showing you in the back of the key. You can have key 1, key 2. If you have each other's key, then you can also hit your number there. I like how the door handles kind of get this aluminum look to it. And depending on what trim level you get, this will be a different material or a different design. On the Touring, this piano black with the silver piece kind of cutting through it. You do have some storage under your handle there. You have a bottle holder, more storage down below. Taking a look at the driver's seat, so you can see the gray interior. And the gray interior, it is light, but it's not like beige. Like, you gotta see this in person, because if you try to look at it online, I think it's brighter online than what it is in person. You just gotta take a look at one. So on the driver's seating, it is power. You have power, forward, back, up, down. You can tilt this portion right here up and down, which is cool. And then forward and back for your back, of course. And then you have a 2-way lumbar in and out. On the passenger side, it's a 4-way power, so you have forward and back, and then you can move this back, forward and back, and that's it. There's no up and down. Let's jump into the interior. It is a very sunny day, no clouds in the sky. Close up the door. Welcome to your Honda. The push button start button is right here on the right, so foot on brakes, and you push the button, and it'll fully turn on and come to life. Nice place to be in, especially compared to the previous Pilot. Honda tried to minimize the interior, but still don't have it to the point where there's no buttons at all. So on the left side here, you do have an air vent, and this is the same shape as the tail light, and it's piano black. You do have your power trunk on and, I'm about to say on and off, open and close, traction control on and off, blank button there. Down below, you're gonna have your lever there to pop open the hood, and then you have traditional pedals and that pedal down there as well. The Touring will give you the Bose sound system, so the 12-speaker premium auto sound. That's the Touring, Elite, and Black Edition. Trail Sport don't get that, which I think Trail Sport should have got that, but it doesn't. Here's the steering wheel, so it's not too big, not too small. It is leather wrapped. And you do have some gloss black in the middle portion there. Kind of got some silver accents there. Kind of break up some of the black, which is nice. Left side, you do have some controls. So you have next track, previous, volume, home. You do have a scroll wheel to control the left side of the screen because it is half digital and half analog. We'll get back to that in a second. You have voice command on the right side. So if you hold this and you have an Apple phone, it'll be Siri. I'm not sure if Google works the same way. I think you have to have your vehicle hooked up to Android Auto to use Google Assistant. On the right side, you do have some of your cruise control settings and some of your Honda sensing features. So you have cruise on and off up top, cancel, resume set, adaptive cruise control. So this is how you adjust the distance from the cars in front of you, and lane keep assist on this side. Behind the steering wheel, you have your headlight switches back here. So you have off, auto, parking, and on, and then your fog lights will be there. And you do also have auto high beams as well. On the right side, you do have for your wipers. So you have off, intermediate, low, and high, and then you have off, intermediate, and on for the rear wiper. Now there's a picture of a small little camera in the front and the camera in the back. So if you clean your front wiper, it will clean the front camera, and when you clean the rear wiper, it will clean the rear camera, which is a cool feature to have. Now the Pilot does have standard 10-speed automatic transmission, so you can see plus and minus back there. You can shift and control the gearing in the transmission. Passport, I think, still the 9-speed. And Ridgeline, I think, still is a 9-speed as well. On the cluster, like I said, this side's digital. The right side is analog. Middle is full digital as well. So on the scroll wheel here, you're able to control different settings. Let me take a zoom in there for you guys. Give me a second. There we go. So here you have range and fuel, speed and time, audio, pretty much what you're listening to, phone, navigation. If you don't have a destination in it, will be a compass, and then you can set go home, save places, and recent places used on the GPS, which is cool. You have driver attention. If you falling asleep, it'll actually slowly fill up those bars, and then once you fill up all the way, the Pilot will recommend you should pull over, take a nap or something like that. All-wheel drive torque distribution here, you can see pretty much the torque between all four wheels, because the IVTM don't send power front and back only. It's front, back, side to side, each individual wheel. Cool feature. We have the seatbelts on, and I'm red because I'm a bad noodle right now. Oil life, that reached the 15%, time for an oil change. Tire pressure, that's cool, you can see each individual wheel. Also, when you're filling up your tires, the Pilot will beep at you when to stop, when you reach the designated pressure, which is cool. Safety support, so here you can see some of your safety features. So you have your road departure mitigation, blind spot monitoring, low speed braking control, parking sensors, collision mitigation, and that's pretty much it. And you can check them on or check them off. You're gonna have no content where it shows nothing, just your speedometer, your tachometer, and you have your brightness, gauge display, and here you can actually decide what apps you want to view on there. Warnings are just gonna show you, is the hood open, is the tire pressure low, is the trunk open, something's going on, do you have a seatbelt on? I will leave it on range and fuel. In the middle, you have a digital speedometer. Below that, what mode you're in, outside temperature, mileage, gas tank, what gear you're in as well, and speedometer. So zoom back out of there. We're gonna take a look at the infotainment screen here, which everyone's complaining that it's too small. I like the size. I understand that everyone's going to like 12 inches, 14 inches, all types of crazy screen sizes, but Honda is very traditional, and they've always been traditional. Whenever everyone's doing something, they kind of do their own thing, and they eventually get to the point. So the Accord does have the wider 12-inch display. I'm sure the Pilot will get that eventually, or most of our Hondas. But the 9-inch, in my opinion, it's fine. Physical buttons on the left side, so you have home, back, volume, next track, previous, and everything else is on the screen. So you do have built-in navigation on the Touring, and it is a Garmin-based navigation system. To be honest, you're going to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but if you ever wanted to use GPS and not to use your phone, here you go. You have phone, you have FM, you have Bluetooth audio, of course, that's standard. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it is wireless on the Touring. Pretty much, if you get any Pilot with a 9-inch display, it'll be wireless. So on a Sport, you get the smaller 7-inch, and that's wired Apple CarPlay, Android Auto only. EXL and above will get the 9-inch, where you get the wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have satellite radio, trip computer, general settings, vehicle settings. I like to go through the menus because I love how Honda switched it up. Right now, it's C's driver 2. Oh, I have the driver 2 key. I don't know why I said that. I don't have both keys. You can save some of these settings to your key. So if you have multiple drivers, you can personalize it, which is cool. They don't have the profile system like the Accord has, where you can sign into your profile, but at least you can still do some customization. And let's say you go to key access setup. Actually, that's not what I want to go to. Let's go to door window setup, and you do have walkway auto lock on the Touring. So if you walk away from the Pilot, it'll lock automatically for you. And plenty of menus to go through. I like the new graphics that they added on there too on the menu system. You do have built-in Wi-Fi hotspot, system updates, clock, USB, AM's tucked away back here, Honda Link, and Honda Link has been updated. It's actually cooler. You do have smart shortcuts, display mode, and cabin talk. So if you have a full house and then let's say you don't want to scream in the back seat, you can say, hey, actually it's much louder. It's much louder on this now. I don't remember it being that loud, but yeah, you see the third row back there, they can hear you, and you can say, we're not going to McDonald's, so stop crying. Or something like that. So a cool feature to have. That way you're not screaming in your back seat back there. And I believe that's it, right? Yeah, so that's it on the menus, and then you can hold them, drag, customize them, put them wherever you want to put them. On the lower portion of the screen, you do have some shortcuts as well too that you can set up, so you can hold and drag and drop apps and put them at the bottom if you wanted to, or kind of customize them what page you wanted to, kind of like your smartphone. So below the infotainment screen, you do have your climate control here as well. Now the Civic had the new design where the vents go across the, I mean, it don't actually go across the whole way, but the design looks like there's a vent going across the whole dash. The Accord has it, CRV has it, HRV has it. Pilot decided to do its own thing and have traditional vents here. They went back to the original Pilot that used to have the storage right there, because the previous Pilot didn't have this, so they brought this back where you have the additional storage there. I like the gray, and it's a soft touch. I'm not sure if this is leather or not, but it feels very good to the hand. You have your HVAC controls here. So most cars nowadays, the climate control is on the screen. Honda's still traditional. They keep the climate control right down here below, and has physical buttons as well. So you do have heated seats. If you want ventilated front seats, you have to get an Elite or a Black Edition. You have your modes, you have your temperature for the driver here. Now if sync is on, you control all three sides because it is a tri-zone climate control. Turn off sync, then passenger could catch on fire, you stay cool. Whoever back there can stay cool as well. You do have auto climate control, AC, front defrost, on and off for the whole system, and fan speed. Heated side mirrors and back glasses on one button. You have your the air circulation, so if this is off, you're reusing air from outside. If you have this on, you're recirculating the air that's already in here. Sync on and off. Also your passenger's temperature and their heated seat controls. And with the heated seats, it's 3 different levels as well. 3 gets really warm. Down below, you have your rear climate control on and off. This is how you adjust the rear climate control back there. And you can lock it so the kiddos don't mess with the buttons, because there are controls back there to control the climate control. Below that, you have the small little cubby down here. I don't know what you're putting in there. Probably like a iPhone 5 or something like that. You have a USB-A and USB-C and a power outlet. The USB-A's can be used for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. USB-C is only for charging. Touring also will give you a wireless phone charger pad down below. And you do get the newer center console where it's bigger, because previous Pilot had enough space for one pad, and that's it. So now you can put one phone over here, charging. I'm glad that they didn't make this whole thing gloss black or piano black. I know you have some of it around the controls and some of it around the shifter, but the rest of it is all just kind of plastic and like a soft touch plastic as well. So here's your shifter, park, reverse, neutral, drive, hit drive again. It will put the transmission into a sport mode, and I'm gonna hold the brake and hit reverse. That way you guys can see a backup camera. Now, like I said, you don't get the Trail Watch 360 backup camera. It's your traditional multi-link backup camera from Honda. So you have a wide angle down here. You have regular, and you have top down, so you can see what's below the window behind you. You do have cross traffic on and off, and you can actually make the camera smaller, show a radar of the Pilot if you wanted to, and brightness all the way to the right. If you're in either wide angle and you turn the wheel, it will show you which way you're going to end up. So trajectory is standard on there with the guidelines. Put that guy back into park. Next to it, you do have cup holders. They redesigned the cup holders, and this will fit different sizes. And you do have some ambient lighting in the cup holder. You can probably see the ring of light as well. I believe it's only white on the Touring. Black Edition, I believe, is red, and the Elite might be white as well. Am I mistaken? You can't customize it. They all have set colors. Now, below the shifter, you do have your drive mode. So here you can switch between, and you have multiple different modes. So let me zoom in there for you guys. So you have Sport, you have Normal, Econ, Snow, Trail, Sand, Tow. And based on whichever mode you choose, the transmission will automatically program based on what you're in. So if you're in Snow mode, it takes a little bit longer to get up to speed because it's trying to gain traction. If you're in Sport mode, then you get all the power. Who cares about gas mileage? If you're in Econ, save you most in gas mileage, so you can actually really customize it, which is really nice. A lot more modes than the previous Pilot. You do have your engine idle defeat button here. You do have your downhill cruise control. You can set this up to 12 miles per hour. That way, if you're going downhill, you're not using your brakes the whole way. You can set it to 10 miles per hour or however you want it. Pilot finally got electronic parking brake, because the previous Pilot had a traditional foot brake, and someone actually commented saying how the foot brake, is way more reliable than the electronic brake. But nowadays cars is, there's so much sensors and technologies in cars, reliability, it kind of goes out the window when you went away from, mechanical stuff to all electrical stuff. But you have your brake hold below that, and well, to the right of that, well, yeah, below that, what am I talking about? Brake hold below that, and this is a cool feature. When you're in drive and your foot is on the brakes, and let's say you have a drive-through or something like that, you can turn this feature on and take your foot off the brake, and it will hold your brake. Very cool feature. Armrest here, you have the new center console, where it's wider instead of having the little armrest from the previous Pilot, and it is soft touch, single stitched. You do have additional storage in there, no plugins, just a tray and like a little coin thingamajiggy thing going on over there. And then coming along to the glove box, it is lockable. You can see it there, and it is damp, so it'll open slowly. It's not lined though, so it's a bin style glove box. And above your touchscreen display here, you do have your auto dimming rear view mirror slash Honda Link. Well, not Honda Link, Home Link is built in on here as well. So you have a universal receiver where it can be for a gate or a garage opener or things like that. And then this can dim automatically for you if someone have their high beams on at night. We don't have the digital backup camera that a lot of vehicles are having now. None of our Honda just don't have that. Above that, you do have your LED lighting, and you can see your interior lighting is all LED, bright, especially at night. It's really cool. You do have your moonroof control here, because you do have a panoramic moonroof, so you can open the shade only if you wanted to. Show you guys. And it'll open all the way above the second row, which is nice. Trail Sport and above will have this feature standard. If you get an EXL or Sport, then you won't get anything, no moonroof at all. This portion right here will open, so you have the left control that'll open up your moonroof. So it's not just a fixed glass, and you can actually open this up, which is nice. I'm sure the kids will enjoy it, or you guys will probably enjoy it, having that in your Pilot, especially in these summer nights that's about to be coming up as well. So let's close that guy up. Take some time to get that thing closed. You do have a sunglass holder slash, if you go halfway, who threw that Cheeto mirror, so you can see what's going on back there without turning your head, which is cool. Or some customers tell me that's a bus driver mirror. You do have your visor up here, and by the way, the headliner is gray. You probably see it's gray on the Touring. And you do have a mirror with your lighting. The lighting is not LED, it's a traditional bulb, but at least they give you a mirror, at least they give you a light. And then let's say your passenger will have the same luxury. Yes, they do. So you have that as well. So I'm gonna jump out of here. Let's get into the second row. Let's see where your kids or your rear passengers, how they're gonna feel back there. Close this guy up. I'm show you guys how wide the rear door is open. So not 9 degrees, but it's actually pretty wide, pretty decent. CRV had one of the widest that we have, but still pretty good on the Pilot. Now on the door card over here, you do have peasant blockers, so built-in sunshades. I believe the back windows are tinted from factory, so you can see the front is not as tinted as the rear. So you do have that plus a sunshade. Hard touch. This is slightly soft touch. Elbow, soft touch. You get the same design up front and the rear. And you will get a tweeter as well, same door handle, window control, and you get some additional storage as well. So you have a bottle holder here, probably a bottle holder slash storage, more storage, and then down below, more storage, and you have a speaker grill. Taking a look at the gray interior some more. One reason why you probably will go up to a Touring instead of a Trail Sport is for this middle seat right here. Because the Trail Sport is a 7-passenger only, but the Trail Sport gives you true captain seats. You used to be able to get captain seats on the EXL, but now it's only a bench. But when you get up to a Touring, Elite, and Black Edition, you get this removable seat where you can turn the second row into captain's chairs, technically, but you just won't have the armrest here to really make it a captain's seat. But at least you have the option to configure how you want it. So you can take out the middle seat and then have easy access to the third row going through the middle. Or let me take the seatbelt off. You can push a button and it will fold forward for you to get back there, and there's plenty of space to get back there as well. But let's put that back, and let's take a seat back here. So you can see I have plenty of room behind myself, and I didn't move. The seat's not all the way back, it's not all the way forward, it's right there in the middle, how I would have it. And you see the back of the seats, they are black, and that's actually smart, because if it was gray back here, your kids are going to be kicking this thing, getting this thing all dirty. So even though the seats are gray, the back of the seats are black. You do get a map pocket back here with a smartphone holder, which is cool. And then on the passenger side, you also get one with a smartphone holder as well. Here's some of your climate controls for the rear passengers, and this button, like I said, they can customize how they want it back here. So you have temperature, you have auto, you have on and off, you have modes and fan speeds, 2 USB-Cs down below as well, and you can lock it up front like I showed you if you don't want your kids messing with this goodies. And then these seats, there's a bar underneath, so you can move forward and back as well. So if you need more space, you can, but if the third row is cramped, then you may have to move up a little bit. Now this middle seat, if you keep it in, it's either a seat or you can fold it down, and it'll be cup holder, storage, a little armrest, which is nice. So you take this out, then you just have this whole space open. And I'll show you the cockpit. So let me get it here. Let's get into the third row now. I already showed you guys what button you gotta push to get back there. If you pull this handle right here, it'll actually drop it flat. So you can do that with all 3 seats. But let's lift this guy back up, and let's actually push the button. And it is a hydraulic, so it actually helps you, and you can still push up forward too to get back there. You get a little step right here to get back there. Move these mats over a little bit. You do get standard floor mats. And then sitting back here, I'm gonna actually close the door and show you guys what it's like sitting back here. Move the seat back. And you know, I'm 5'10", and you still got some space here, but remember, the seat can move forward just in case you need more space. But pretty roomy back here. You don't really buy these third row SUVs for the third row, but if you need to put someone back here, you can put an adult back here if you hate them. But you do have cup holders. You do get an ear vent, and I was mentioned the MDX don't have ear vents in third row, so you do have it on the Pilot. And you do have a USB-C port back here, which is a nice touch. Same thing on the right side. You do have cup holders, ear vents, and USB-C. You even got a speaker, part of the Bose sound system. But it is a nice place to be back here if you got to put someone back here. And then you have the button right here to get yourself out. So you push it, boom, look at that, come right out. So we are going to take a look at the trunk. So show you guys trunk space. All right, the Pilot is running, so I'm not sure if it'll allow me to open the trunk while it's running. I think if your doors are unlocked, like you hit unlock on your doors and they're unlocked, they're not locked, you should be able to. So you kick under here. There we go, it will help me, let me do it. You can kick to open and kick to close, and you can adjust how high you want this tailgate to open as well. So you can hold to set height. But we have the third row up here up, and you have some storage under here as well. On the left side here, more storage, and if you open this pan here, your tools is actually under this tray. You do have a power outlet back here. You do have a walk-away close feature, so I'll show you guys that in a second, which is a cool feature to have if your hands are full. Part of the protection package that this Pilot has come with this folding tray. So you pull this, and can do it with one hand. Try to do it with one hand. There we go. All right, we can do it with one hand. You need 2 hands really to do this, but hey, I did it with one hand, so maybe not. This tray will fold forward and cover your rear seats. That way you protect the carpet. So underneath here, you do have additional storage, and it's pretty deep in here because you can take that middle seat out and store it right in here. It will fit directly right into there. Or you can take out these dividers on the side and just have storage under here. This door right here is reversible. So you have a carpet side and you have a hard side. So you can flip it whichever way you want to. Or you can take the dividers out and then store this actually down on the floor also if you wanted to. So let's see if I can do this one hand. Yes, I can. There we go. Close that guy out. On the right side, small storage. We got the subwoofers back here. And if you do add a cargo tray, you do have to have the third row folded down. That way you have little holes right there so you can have the cargo tray. But yeah, so you push this, It turns green, and it'll stay open until it senses that you walk away. So once you walk away, then it'll close for you. A cool feature if your hands are full or you lifting something heavy and you don't want the tailgate to slam your head and you don't want to try to kick underneath the bumper while you're trying to take out whatever you're trying to take out. Let's take a look at the 2025 Honda Pilot trim walk. Like I said, Sport is the new base model, so that's what you can see all at the bottom. But we are here for the Touring. Now, the Touring is not an upgrade from the Trail Sport, it's an upgrade from the EXL. The Trail Sport and the Touring kind of like branch off. So you have the Sport, then you have EXL, and then you either go from Sport to Trail Sport, or you go from EXL to Touring. So that's kind of how it works. Touring will have everything the EXL have, and it will add the following. So 20-inch machine finished alloy wheels with shark gray inserts, and then you have the 255, 50, 20 tires all season. Acoustic windshield and front door glass. So acoustic windshield is like a more thicker glass. So the interior is gonna be more quieter than the EXL, pretty much. So the driver and passenger front glass and the windshield has that more quieter windshield glass. The one-touch power panoramic moonroof with tilt and slide function. Hands-free access power tailgate with walk-away close. The Bose sound system, so the premium sound system with 12 speakers, including subwoofer, multi-zone audio. You do have Honda, so the built-in navigation system, pretty much, and Honda Link, including remote engine start. And I still need to make a video on Honda Link, but pretty much it's a subscription you have on your phone. You can start the Pilot from your phone anywhere where you are. You don't have to have the remote and look out the window, or you can lock it from your phone, set temperature. It's actually pretty cool. Wi-Fi hotspot is built in as well. And then you have a compass. You have the LED lighting, front console, map. I wonder why they threw this on here. So you're telling me the EXL don't have LED lighting? I guess when we get one, we have to take a look at that. That's interesting. Gloss black roof rails, stove second row center seat, and on-demand in-trunk seat storage. So that's what you're getting on top of what the EXL already have. That's what you're paying a little bit more for. Now let's go build one up. So here's the lineup here. Like I told you, LX is gone, and Black Edition is a new trim level. But we're going to jump into the Touring. Touring's kind of right in the middle. And you can get all-wheel drive or two-wheel drive in the Touring. All-wheel drive will cost you about $2,100 versus the two-wheel drive. So be mindful of that. So we're going to click on the all-wheel drive. And you can see you have the new updated. So the engine on the Pilot have been redesigned, even though it's still a 3.5 like the previous Pilot. I believe they added did they take away VTEC or they added VTEC? I forgot what Honda did. I think they took away VTEC but gave it dual cams, because I think it was single cams with VTEC. Don't mind me. Anyways, 10-speed automatic transmission, IVTM, 4 all-wheel drive system. So you're making about 285 horsepower, 262 foot-pound of torque. It can tow up to 5,000 pounds. And you're looking at 19 city, 25 highway, 21 combined. So to jump out of here, go to the design. So here are all the colors that's available in the Touring. So you have Crystal Black Pearl, which comes with black interior only. You have Lunar Silver Metallic, which comes with gray interior only. You have, Modern Steel Metallic, which only comes with black interior. And then you have Obsidian Blue, which I believe is only gray interior. And then you get to the last three, which you do pay a premium price for. So Platinum White Pearl, you pay $455 more. And you have two interior options, gray or black. And then we have Radiant Metallic 2, which is also $455 more, which only comes with black interior. And then you have the new in color, which is Sonic Gray Pearl, which is a upcharge $455 more, which only comes with black interior. So we're gonna click on the white one, and then just kind of show you guys the pricing. So $493 plus Platinum White Pearl, $455. Destination is $1395. MSRP is $51,150 for the Touring. Now going back to the packages, these are packages you can add when you buy from the dealer, but you also have, they don't show the PPO package? Interesting. They don't even show the PPO package. So there's packages you can get installed. Pretty much, you don't get it installed. When Honda built the vehicle, they add accessories from the factory. But I'm so shocked they don't show it on here. So that's interesting. But anyways, jump to the accessories. So with exterior, crossbars, bike racks, things like in that nature. behind the side molding, decal hood, door edge guard. A lot of things you can use to protect your Pilot. You know, you can black out the emblems, door visors, which I love. I love door visors, but you can black all these goodies. You can add more aggressive fender flares. Grill trim, is that like, oh, is it, oh, you can black this part right here. Yeah, so it's chrome on the Touring, you can black that out. I like how it looks blacked out. So that'd be fire on the Touring. Lower door trim, rear bumper applique. A lot of this protecting things you can add to your Pilot trail hitch. If you get a Trail Sport, it comes with a hitch standard, by the way. It don't come with the harness, but it comes with a hitch. So that's a deal breaker. That's something to look forward to. So on the interior now, you have the all-season floor mats, the cargo barrier. This is interesting to block your pets from coming to your, all the way to your cabin. And a lot of different cargo nets, cargo cover. You can protect the plastics in the third row, which is nice. Door sill protection. Logo pattern projector. I actually like that feature. That's a cool thing to add. And seat covers first and second row and third row. So you can add seat covers to all three rows. You can add a heated steering wheel because I believe that's standard on Elite and Black Edition, but you can add it to the Touring. And electronics, engine block heater. So we're gonna end everything here. Tell me what you guys think about the 25 Honda Pilot. I already know people gonna complain about the screen. I've been seeing it on my 24 and 23 videos. But is there anything you dislike about the Pilot? Anything you do like about it? You know, are you gonna buy one? Have you decided not to buy one? Do you love yours? Do you not like? Let me know. Drop a comment below. I'm gonna end everything here. I appreciate you for tuning in and watching this far. I will catch you in the next walk around.